It is crazy to think back and try and picture myself 10, 15 years ago when I was playing for the Devils youth program, and it's one of those things that it is surreal to see, maybe going out to the practice rink and seeing the Devils youth hockey jerseys again, and seeing a lot of my old coaches and people who helped me so much get to where I am today. And I think for the kids playing in that organization and having the events, whether they're coming out to games or getting to know guys off the ice and seeing them around the practice rink, and sometimes we get to practice while they're waiting to get on the ice after us, and I think that's something that gives them something to work towards. And I think for a kid growing up in New Jersey, I had the opportunity the same way to go to the practice rink there in South Mountain in West Orange and see those guys up close. It's a pretty special opportunity, and to be one of those guys now that the kids go out there and have a blast just watching us practice. It's pretty cool. I think looking back on it, seeing Scott Stevens and Kenny Danico and Patrick Eliash back then, obviously I got to share a locker room with Patty for a couple of years when I first got here, but seeing how scary they were, especially as a little kid, and the way they played, and that's just something that it was kind of surreal to see them in just a practice situation, and you're standing there and barely be able to see over the boards to look through the glass and watch them practice, and then you grow up, and I got the opportunity to play with one of those guys in Patty and be a part of towards the end of his career, and obviously a special night when he got his jersey retired there. So that's just something that it is one of those things when you really sit back and look at the amount of guys that you grew up watching play, and the opportunity to share a locker room or play against, and that's a pretty cool feeling.
You saw Brodeur also practice. You ever wonder, wow, what's it going to be like if I ever score against this guy, or how would I ever score against this guy?
Yeah, and obviously growing up there and having him be the guy there for so long, you watched a ton of his games and how dominant he was, and actually looking back on it, even when I was in Anaheim, I think I was able to sneak one by him in his last NHL game, and I guess that's something I won't say anything to him to his face, but it's a cool thing to look back on and be a little part of his history.